welcome to Motorsport Report. In today's episode, we are going to take you on a virtual lap around the Mount Panorama Circuit ahead of this weekend's Australian Endurance Classic, the Bathurst 12-hour. Well, I'm going to be sitting in the passenger seat, but 24-hour of Le Mans winner here, Jeff Segal, has kindly agreed to take us around the unique and challenging track. Jeff, you ready?
Let's do it. So we'll start our lap here. Front straight of the track, we have the pit lane off to the left side, and we go into the aptly named Hell's Corner. I'm not sure exactly why it was named that, but I seem to struggle here, so I'll go with it. Leaving Hell's Corner, really important to get a very, very good run. Right now we're coming onto the mountain straight, so we've just got this pretty subtle uphill grade up into fifth gear. We've got this sharp crest, and we keep on climbing, hard on the brakes as we climb the hill here into Quarry, and just really steep uphill section with no margin for error whatsoever. Tricky blind braking into the cutting, and it's named the cutting because they actually had to cut through the rock of the mountain in order to get the road through here. Flat on the gas, up to third gear, just a little lift, right back on the power again, no margin for error, just really flying. These GT3 cars have a ton of downforce, so this section's really big commitment. Back on the gas pedal. And again, with these undulations and walls, a lot of blind corners, so very, very easy to make a mistake. You tend to see a lot of accidents here at the top of the hill. Hard on the brake here, coming over the skyline, and you can see all of the beautiful scenery down below.
Ooh, well done.
Into the S's. You know, a lot of times we talk about the corkscrew at Laguna Seca, but this section of the track here at Bathurst really makes that seem modest. Coming really sharply downhill into the Dipper, and then Forest Elbow, exiting onto Conrad Straight. This is the longest straightaway on the racetrack. So we're going downhill, running up through the gears, full RPM, full speed, and these cars will reach really their terminal velocity, just kind of banging off the rev limiter by the end of this straightaway in many cases. And then we've got a flat out right-hand corner before hard on the brakes into the final sequence of track, the chase. Through this somewhat iconic arch at this point and into the final corner on the racetrack, which is Murray's Corner. Very easy to overdrive this very sharp left-hand corner onto the front straightaway for a lap of Mount Panorama.
Bathurst is known for its sometimes very wild weather. How would a torrential downpour affect the way you drive here? I mean, you must have to change your strategy completely.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, you know, it appears to be one of the more challenging circuits anywhere in the world just on its own on an average, you know, easy, dry, clear day. But with rain and all these walls in very close proximity to the side of the track, as well as with all the elevation change, you start to have a big drainage problem. So I can imagine the racing would really become wild there, you know, any inclement weather. But typically at Bathurst, it's also quite hot. And it's quite a physical track. You have a lot of this violent change of direction, and the cars are more and more grippy as the tire development gets better and the aerodynamics get more powerful. So the drivers are definitely in for a challenge almost no matter what.
Some great areas for the spectators to sit and watch.
Definitely a lot of good spectator areas and a lot of interesting spectators there. Typically, at least once a year, you see some kind of wildlife attempt to cross the track or cross the track.
No.
I mean, we're really, you know, in a pretty rustic area here. I think this is actually like a state park. So, you know, it's quite scenic, it's beautiful, but, you know, we aren't the only ones there.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff, and thank you for watching Motorsport Report. We'll see you next time.